Today we are going to deal with the digestive system. The digestive system is also known as alimentary canal. Its accessory organs and a variety of digestive processes that prepare the food that is eaten in the diet and readily absorbed to yield the energy. The alimentary canal begins at the mouth and it ends at anus. It is a tube-like structure. At different levels, it provides for the processes that are occurring at each level. The digestive processes gradually break down to the food that is eaten into the smaller particles or molecules and then readily absorbed by the body cells, and later on it provides or yields the energy. After the absorption, the nutrients provide the raw material for the manufacture of the new cells, hormones and enzymes. The energy that is needed for all these processes and also for the disposal of the waste material that is generated from the all metabolic processes. The activities of the digestive system can be grouped under 5 main headings. Number 1, ingestion. Ingestion means this is the food that is taken by mouth. The food that we take through the alimentary tract, food as well as the drinks or the liquids. Propulsion. Second, propulsion means it mixes and it moves the content along the alimentary canal. Third, digestion. Digestion consists of 2 processes, mechanical process or mechanical breakdown and the chemical breakdown. The mechanical breakdown of the food is like when we put the food in the mouth, we chew, and after the mastification or after chewing, we prepare a bolus or ball and then it is readily swallowed by the mouth. Second, chemical digestion of the food means the food that is eaten, that is readily prepared into the smaller molecules by the process of catabolism, and then in the metabolism all these particles are made smaller and thus it is easy for the body cells for the absorption. Next, absorption. Absorption means this is the process by which the digested food substances passes through the walls of some of the organs of alimentary canal into the blood and lymph capillaries for the circulation and that are used by the body cells. And the last or the 5th, that is elimination. The waste product that is generated by the body cells after the metabolism of the food particles that is not needed for the body cells are being destroyed or eliminated from the alimentary canal by the process of defecation or feces. The fate of absorbed nutrients and how they are used by the body is explored, and the effect of aging also occurs on the digestive system. Now, after having the brief introduction about the digestive system, we will look into the alimentary canal or the organs of alimentary canal or digestive system. Digestive system also is known as gastrointestinal tract or alimentary canal is also known as gastrointestinal tract, GI tract. This is essentially a long tube. Starts from mouth and ends at anus. So, the various parts of the alimentary canal are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anal canal. For this you can refer the page number 287 of your textbook, which describes about the digestive system. Also, the accessory organs associated with the digestive system are 3 pairs of salivary glands, the pancreas, the liver and the biliary tract. The organs and the glands are linked physiologically as well as anatomically in that digestion and absorption that occurs in each stages. Each stage is being dependent upon the previous stage of the digestive system. The basic structure of the alimentary canal. The layers of the walls of the alimentary canal follow a consistent pattern, means from the esophagus till the anus. This is the basic structure that is found common in all parts of the digestive system. In the organs from the esophagus onward, modification may occur in the structure. The walls of alimentary tract are found and formed by the four layers. Number 1, adventitia or serosa, that is outer covering. Second layer is the muscles layer. Third is submucosa, and the fourth layer is mucosa or the lining. Adventitia or serosa. This is the outermost layer of the alimentary canal. In the thorax, it consists of the loose fibrous tissues, and in the abdomen, the organs are covered by the serous membrane. It is also known as peritoneum. The peritoneum is the largest serous membrane of the body. This is very important and can be asked in the fill in the blanks. It is a closed sac-like structure containing a small amount of serous fluid within the abdominal cavity. The peritoneum is divided into two, the parietal peritoneum and the visceral peritoneum. The parietal peritoneum, which lines the abdominal wall, and the visceral peritoneum, which covers the organ or the viscera within the abdominal and the pelvic cavities. The parietal peritoneum lies the anterior abdominal wall. Second, the muscles layer. With some exception, two layers of the smooth involuntary muscles, the muscles fibers of the outer layer are arranged longitudinally, and those of the inner layer, they encircle the wall of the tube. Between these two muscles layer are the blood vessels, lymph vessels, and the plexus or the network of the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nerves. Third, submucosa. This layer consists of the loose areolar connective tissue. It contains the collagen and some of the elastic fibers, which binds the muscles layer to the mucosa. And the innermost layer is mucosa. This consists of the mucous membrane that is formed by the columnar epithelial cells. Mucous membrane. In parts of the tract that are subject to the great wear and tear or mechanical injury, the layers consist of the stratified squamous epithelium. Now supply. The alimentary canal and its related accessory organs are supplied by the nerves from the division of the autonomic nervous system, both parasympathetic and sympathetic nerves. There are other accessory organs like saliva from the salivary gland, gastric juice from the gastric glands, intestinal juice from the intestinal glands, pancreatic juice from pancreas, and bile from the liver. These all hormones as well as their juice, they help for the digestion as well as the absorption of the food that is eaten. Now we will see the mouth. When we open the mouth, we can see there are two lips, upper lip, lower lip, gums, teeth, tongue, and the inner structure. You can open your mouth in front of the mirror and can see the inner structure by yourself. Kindly draw the diagram that is given related to the structure of the mouth. The mouth is also known as oral cavity, which is also a harbor for the microorganism. So we must try to keep this oral cavity as clean as possible, because Many types of microorganisms can enter through food as well as through the mouth and then can cause a disease condition. In the next class, we will go further into the mouth and the accessory organs.